You are 24 years old. You have $28,000 in combined debt, both of you. That's where this splits. Path A, the payer, age 24. Credit cards, $9,400. A car loan, $14,600. A personal loan from a bad year, $4,000. Your income is $46,000. You sit down on a Sunday and write every balance on a single sheet of paper. You order them smallest to largest. You circle the smallest one, $1,100 on a store card at 26% APR. You decide that one dies first. Path B, the minimum payer, age 24. Same debts, same $28,000. Same income. You open each account, check the minimum due, and pay exactly that, nothing more. $9,400 at 22% APR, minimum $235. Car loan minimum $340. Personal loan minimum $120. Total monthly debt service $695. You pay it. You move on. You don't look at the total again for another year. Path A, age 24, continued. You cut your dining out budget from $310 a month to $60. You cancel 2 subscriptions, $27 total. You pick up 10 hours a week at a coffee shop on weekends. $340 a month after taxes. Combined extra, $617 a month, thrown at the $1,100 card. It's gone in under 2 months. You feel something small and hard settle in your chest. You roll that payment onto the next card. Path B, age 24, continued. The minimum payments feel manageable. $695 a month doesn't wreck your budget. You still go out on Fridays. You still buy the concert ticket. The debt doesn't feel urgent because nothing is on fire. You don't know that $9,400 at 22% APR, paid at minimum, will take 19 years to clear and cost $11,300 in interest alone. You haven't done that math. Nobody hands you that math. You just pay what the statement says. The gap at 24, 6 months in. Path A, 2 debts eliminated, $22,900 remaining. Momentum building. Path B, $27,100 remaining. Interest accruing faster than the minimum payments reduce a principal on the largest card. The store card interest alone ate $18 of Path A's would-be minimum payment before it was killed. Path B is still paying that $18 a month indefinitely to nobody's benefit but the bank's. Path A, age 25. The personal loan, $4,000, falls next. You sell a bike you don't ride anymore, $220. You do freelance data, entry on weekends, $180 a month. You still don't touch the car loan or the big card yet. Smallest to largest, no exceptions, because finishing something matters more than optimizing interest rates. By month 14, the personal loan is gone. Total debt remaining, $18,900. All of it now aimed at the $9,400 card. Path B, age 25. You get a raise, $2,000 a year. It doesn't go to debt. It goes to a slightly better apartment, $80 more a month, and a new phone plan, $40 more. Your minimum payments haven't changed. Your total debt is $26,200, down only $900 in a full year, almost entirely from the car loan's scheduled amortization, not from anything you decided. Path A, age 26. The $9,400 card is the hard one. You throw everything at it. The freelance income, a tax refund of $1,400, a birthday check from your grandmother, $200. You stop eating out entirely for 4 months. Friends notice. One asks if you're okay. You say you're fine, just being careful with money this year. By month 22 of the plan, the card hits zero. You have one debt left, the car loan, $11,800. You feel lighter in a way that has nothing to do with the number and everything to do with the noise in your head going quiet. Path B, age 26. The store card, never addressed, now carries $9,400. Barely moved from 2 years ago. The minimum payments, mostly covering interest. The car loan is down to $9,100 through scheduled payments alone. Personal loan, $2,900. Total debt, $21,400. You've paid roughly $16,700 in payments over 2 years and reduced the principal by only $6,600. The other $10,100 went to interest. You don't calculate this. If you did, you'd feel sick. The gap at 26. Path A, $11,800 remaining. One debt. Clear finish line visible. Path B, $21,400 remaining. 3 debts. No finish line calculated because nobody's calculated it. The distance is $9,600. And Path A got there while working fewer extra hours than it looks like. Because killing debts one at a time freed up minimum payments to redirect. A snowball effect, Path B never activated. Path A, age 27. The car loan gets the freelance income, the coffee shop shifts, and now a $500 monthly surplus since there are no other payments competing for it. You refuse to refinance the car for a lower rate and extend the term. You want it gone, not managed. By month 8, it's paid off. You are 27 years old and carry zero consumer debt for the first time since you were 20. You do not celebrate loudly. You transfer what used to be debt payments, $850 a month combined, straight into a high-yield savings account the next morning, automatically, before you can decide to spend it. Path B, age 27. The car loan finally clears through scheduled payments, coincidentally around the same time as Path A's. But it clears, carrying no strategy, no redirected momentum. The $340 that used to go to the car loan gets absorbed into slightly higher everyday spending within 2 months. A nicer grocery run here, a bigger tip there. Nothing dramatic, just quiet expansion. The store card sits at $8,900. The personal loan is gone. Total debt, $8,900. You feel like you're almost done. You are not tracking how long almost will actually take at $235 a month against 22% interest. Path A, age 28. Your emergency fund hits $6,000, 3 months of expenses. You stop adding to savings and redirect the debt payment habit, now $850 a month, into a Roth IRA and a taxable brokerage. You've never invested before. You put $500 a month into an index fund and $350 into the Roth. The market dips 9% in your first 3 months. You don't sell. You'd already survived worse, watching a debt number refuse to move for a year. A temporary paper loss doesn't scare you the way it might have at 24. Path B, age 28. The store card, still $8,900, hasn't moved much. Interest is now consuming almost the entire minimum payment some months. You get hit with a $1,900 dental bill. It goes on a second card. Total debt, $10,600. You increase nothing. You decrease nothing. The account statements arrive, and you set them aside unopened some months, not from denial exactly, more from a low background fatigue about the whole subject. The gap at 28. Path A. Zero debt, $6,000 emergency fund, $850 a month now building wealth instead of erasing the past. Path B. $10,600 debt, no emergency fund, one unexpected bill away. From a second card maxing out. The distance is no longer just dollars. It's direction. One number is heading towards zero and staying there. The other number has stopped listening to effort at all. Path A, age 29 to 31. You get promoted. Salary $58,000. Every raise, you increase your investing by half the increase and let the rest raise your lifestyle slightly. A rule you read once and actually followed. At 31, your invested accounts total $41,200. You buy a slightly newer used car in cash, $9,200, because you can, and because a loan now feels like inviting an old roommate back into the house. You've had zero missed payments, zero collections calls, zero moments of dread when the mail arrives. Path B, age 29 to 31. The dental card gets consolidated into a personal loan at 13.9%. $10,600 rolled in. Monthly payment, $310. You feel relief immediately. One payment instead of two. You do not close the cards. By 30, one of them carries a balance again. $1,800 from a car repair you didn't have savings for. At 31, total debt is $9,900. You've been making payments for 7 straight years on debt that started at $28,000, and somehow, through refinancing and slow bleeding, you're still carrying more than a third of it. Path A, age 32. You've been debt-free for 5 years. Your net worth, invested accounts, plus the paid-off car plus savings, crosses $58,000. You get asked to co-sign a loan for a friend. You decline gently because you remember exactly what carrying debt you didn't fully control felt like, and you're not doing that again for anyone, even someone you love. Path B, age 32. A collections call comes in about an old medical bill you forgot existed. $340. Sent to collections after 18 months of non-payment you didn't realize had happened. The statement went to an old address. It dings your credit score 60 points overnight. You pay it immediately once you find out. The damage to the score takes 14 months to recover. You apply for an apartment during those 14 months and get denied once, approved the second time at a higher deposit. The gap at 32. Path A, $58,000 net worth, perfect payment history, financial trust from every institution that checks. Path B, $9,900 remaining debt, a damaged credit history, and a pattern where old debts keep resurfacing in ways that cost more than the original balance ever did. The distance is now $68,000 and widening on a curve, not a line. Path A, age 33 to 36. Investments compound quietly. At 36, invested accounts total $97,400. You've never once used a payday loan, a buy now, pay later plan, or carried a credit card balance past the statement date. Interest has worked for you, not against you, for 8 consecutive years. Path B, age 33 to 36. The personal loan from the consolidation finally clears at 34. Total remaining debt, $1,800. The leftover card balance from the car repair years earlier, which somehow never got fully addressed amid everything else. At 36, it's still there, $1,400, moving down by maybe $50 a month net of new interest. You've been in some form of debt continuously for 12 years. Path A, age 37 to 40. At 40, your invested net worth is $186,000. You've bought a home with a conventional mortgage at a rate other people your age couldn't qualify for because your credit history reads like a metronome. Steady, unremarkable, trusted. You think about the $1,100 store card from 16 years ago sometimes, the first one you killed. It's a strange thing to feel nostalgic about a $1,100 debt, but you do, a little. It was the first proof the plan would work. Path B, age 37 to 40. The $1,400 finally clears at 38, 22 years after the original $28,000 began. You're 40 years old and debt-free for the first time since your early 20s. It feels enormous. It should. It took 16 years, longer than it needed to. Your invested net worth, started late and started small, totals $31,000. You've paid, across those 16 years, an estimated $19,000 in interest alone on debts that could have been cleared in under 4 years, with a plan instead of a habit of minimums. The final distance, age 40. Path A, $186,000 invested plus a home, 16 years of compounding on money that could have gone to interest but didn't. Path B, $31,000 invested, debt-free at last, 16 years behind where the same discipline, outplayed one debt at a time, starting on a single Sunday afternoon at 24, could have taken you. The gap is $155,000. Both of you paid off $28,000 in debt eventually. One of you paid it off in 3 years and then spent 13 years building. The other paid it off in 16 years and has 3 years of building left to even begin catching up if they start today, which most people in this position don't. Somewhere right now, a 24-year-old is sitting with a stack of statements, $28,000 spread across 3 accounts, deciding whether to write the balances down in order or just pay whatever the minimum says this month. It looks like a small decision. It is not. It is the decision. Everything after it, the emergency fund, the first index fund purchase, the home loan approval, the collections call that never comes, or the one that does, is just that Sunday afternoon, compounding one way or the other for the next 16 years.